And we are live with the recording. Let's do this. Welcome back, everybody. Last time we played was this morning. I want to get back into it because I'm enjoying the gameplay. If you remember correctly, we just got stupid far in our run. Not really sure how well this is going to go. I might be rolling the dice. Obviously, I'm rolling the dice because I'm going to try. But we're going to try to get a little farther. So, in this morning's run, we did everything. We got all our gear, +3, +5, +12. We're pretty much solid on so many things. But we are going to try to get the Morning Star +14? Yeah, +14. We still need a Titanite slab. And to get the Titanite slab, we need to fight. Actually, I think there's only 2 or 3 ways to get Titanite slab. You need to complete Knight of Zigor Katarina, his quest line. That's a guarantee. You have to complete that. That gives you a Titanite slab. The second way is to kill the Asylum Demon's, stronger brother, the Stray Demon. And he will be in, obviously the Asylum. We're not going to be messing with him right at the moment. Or a third way. The third way is Dark Wraiths. Dark Wraiths actually have a very low chance of dropping one, but they can drop one. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get our Transient Curses ready because we will be fighting a few Dark Wraiths. And it's going to be kind of interesting. So I'm going to farm this. We only need... what is it? How many Titanite chunks do we need for this? We have 2, so we need out of 7, so we need about 5. I'm thinking we need 5. If we need more than that, I mean, that is what it is. But my main goal for now is just to farm and just get this crap out of the way, because farming is going to take the longest, and we're just going to run it through. So now that we don't have to worry about these ghosts, we're not going to worry about the ghosts here. We're literally just going to run this. So this is a skip you can do if you really just want to do it. Come here, jump down, and you're in. No issues, no worries, no problems. And there's only one Dark Wraith that's going to come at you, and this guy's right here. But we're going to pick up as many Titanite chunks as we can. So this is our goal. Dark Wraiths, last time we fought this, took a while to actually knock the crap out of, but we weren't using bleed. Now that we have bleed, we can do a lot more damage. At least I feel that way. So, yeah. Hopefully we're going to pick up a lot of Titanite chunks, but there is a few guaranteed spots. There is one in here, and there's a chest up there. There's 2 spots that I'm fully aware of that you can get a Titanite chunk. These are soul items and cracked red arrows, but not really our focus right now. Our focus is the Dark Wraiths and them alone. So we're going to try to pull these guys apart and just move them alongside, because we don't want to get hit with that stuff. Obviously, as you saw, the stamina that they take away is brutal, and we don't have a lot of stamina to work with, so we got to be careful. Nice and easy. Remember how I said this? We got to be patient, because if we don't, we're going to regret it. And I've come too far to regret. But yes, we have all the stuff we need. We just need to figure out how this is going to work. Hey, there's one. So we got 1 of 5. Like I said, we've got to guarantee 2 as long as we don't die. So this guy right here is guarding 1. We're going to pull him aside. Get him over here. And, again, just take him down. Hopefully soon enough. Yep, there we go. Yeah, we want to keep him away from the wall so we can backstab him. We could parry him, but I do not want to. I'm just going to keep backstabbing these guys, because let's be honest with ourselves here. These guys killed me. Not these ones in particular, but the Dark Wraiths in general. But thankfully enough, we do have exactly what we need for Titanite chunks. We can get a bunch of them here, and this is where the farm begins. Titanite chunks will probably be the hardest thing to get here. The Titanite slab is if we're going for a Titanite slab, is going to be nearly impossible. And you might be asking yourselves, why is that? Well, Titanite slabs don't drop frequently. I mean, they are the most insignificant drop. Like, they're the strongest drop here if they drop, but they are the most rare of all the drops to drop here. Like, you're not going to get a Dark Wraith to really drop a Titanite slab. I've had him drop maybe 3 or 4 times that I've ever tried to get one to drop, but I've never used this farm for them. I always just go for the Stray Demon or anything else. Obviously, we're going to go for the Stray Demon because I did say we're going to go for every single boss. That's just the reality of it. So we have to fight the Stray Demon at some point or another. But once we get our weapon to, or at least once we get our Titanite chunks. Sorry, I'm going through this really quickly. Once we get our Titanite chunks, we're going to move on to the next area, which is Pinwheel. I want to make sure that we go and fight Pinwheel next. Yeah, we're going to fight Pinwheel, we're going to go fight the Taurus Demon, and we're going to go fight Havel. Those are the three that you have to look forward to at this exact moment, after we get this to plus 15. I feel those are, necessary to go fight. I mean, we did it the last time, but we died. Actually, I don't think we did. You guys didn't get to see that. I died because of my stress the other day, so I was unable to really focus and wasn't able to make a proper video. So, yeah. But yeah, we fought. A previous video, I fought Havel. I about got too greedy there. That would have ended the entire run. Okay, gotta stay calm. Gotta stay patient. 2 more, and we'll be done. Like I said, there's a guaranteed drop that we can get. Yeah. So that one attack he just did, 3 slice, that's enough to kill me. Thankfully enough, we have our armor that's pretty skilled. But bosses, we're counting them down. We've already killed Capra. We've killed the Asylum Demon. We've got a lot of bosses to get through. Quite a bit. But thankfully enough, not too many that are going to be a challenge. There's going to be a handful I can see that are going to give me trouble, obviously. Honestly, I'm a little bit concerned about the Stray Demon now. And the reason being is I don't have any kind of fall control. And if he just goes off spewing sorceries from the get-go, using his attack immediately, I'm going to have a really hard time fighting him. So I need to make that a very big apparent no, so you guys understand what's happening there. Until I get something like the Mask of the Mother, I'm a little concerned. I'm trying to think of all the things that'll help me with life. Like right now, the Ring of Steel and Protection is very important just for physical attacks, but for magical defense is going to be like the Crest Shield. We want that. I would love to be able to use like Havel Shield or something eager, something similar to that. But there just isn't anything with that high magic resistance other than the Crest Shield. Like at this very moment, this is all we can really use is this and the Crest Shield. I'm trying to figure out what we can do next, genuinely, but there's not much I can do at this current moment. So, I'm not sure. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I love that you can bleed. I think that's hilarious. There's Ghost up there. I think they're cute. I know you're still there. I still has all my power. 2 and 3. Yeah. We can't do a lot of damage to them, but, we kill them. Alright. Come on out. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now for the Dark Wraith. So there should only be 2 that we have to worry about, at least for the ghosts, I hope. But that chest over there to our right in the corner is what we're going for. Killing these guys right now. Hopefully these Dark Wraiths won't be too much of a hassle, but looks like we're good. Alright. There's one more Dark Wraith up here we're going to go for. How many do we have? We have 4 Titanite chunks. We need 1 more. So the guaranteed drops are already done. Now we just got this one right here, who's hidden away. Done. Alright. So far, so good with all this. Sorry, I know the farming's not the best. It's not the most fun to watch, but it is necessary for our plans, objectives, and goals. So that's... I think there's 2 Dark Wraiths left we haven't killed. And we just need one of them to drop Tiny Chunk. Just one more. If nothing else, we're going to have to just bone, come back. Yeah, there's 2. Actually, is there 3? I didn't remember this guy. Yeah, I think there's... No, there's only 2 left. Yeah, there's only 2. Because we killed all 3 in here. This guy... Can you come up here or nah? Cool. You can't. Can you come over here or no? Oh no, he can. Good. See you later, bye. Alright, we got one more shot at this. I don't think there's any more Dark Wraiths after this one guy. Unless there's 2 that unless there's, I guess, this guy. I know this guy. And this is why we always keep our shield up. I don't think there's another Dark Wraith after this. I feel like there's like one more. I'm not a, I think this is the one I'm thinking about, but I feel like there is one more. Never mind, we got our Tiny Chunk. Okay, well, am I thinking wrong, or is there just one more here that I'm not thinking about? Because this guy runs through here, comes down the stairs. Yeah, okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. We got everything we need. So, we can Homer Bone out of here. Because we have all 5. Thankfully we have 3 left. So let's go. Oh, sorry for the mic. Alright, so now we're just moving on to... Yeah. Just gonna go get this weapon upgraded. Stray Demon is definitely going to be a hassle just because of the fall damage, the stunning. I'm trying to think if there's anything armor related, anything ring related, anything at all that'll help reduce the fall, anything that'll kind of keep us safe. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. We will find out. So again, I think we're going to go for the next enemies that we're fighting is Taurus, Havel, and we'll end it off with Pinwheel. I'm not looking forward to Pinwheel, just because of all the mods I've been playing, like the extra enemies, the power that they have. Like, physically, I do not feel comfortable with Pinwheel. I don't. Like, he genuinely bothers me. So, Gargoyles, Quelaag will leave for another video, but for now, I just think we're just going to go for Taurus and Havel. 2 simple bosses I feel that are just, you know, perfectly fine to run and go kick the crap out of. I see no reason to worry anything more about any other boss than these 3, like Taurus and Pinwheel. Capra, or Havel, I'm sorry. Capra's done, so yeah, no sense of worrying about anything else. We've got our large ember, we've got all our stuff. Now it's just going to be time to focus in on getting all our other things. And I want to get the Rite of Kindling before we go fight the Gargoyles, before we go fight Quelaag, because we would like to have 20 Estus Flask in the ready for other enemies. Obviously, Asylum Demon, or yeah, the Stray Demon, not the Asylum Demon. The Stray Demon is definitely going to be a huge hassle for fall damage. I want to deal with him now, but again, we're going to see how this plays out. But we'll figure it out. Nothing I can't handle, obviously. Oh, it'd been great if I would have got that. If I would have got that boar. You can't touch me, but I can touch you. Oh, that would have been nice to know. If I would have just been able to do that. Would have done that a while ago. Cute. It died. Alright, Boar's down. Let's move forward. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? You're gonna attack me, you ain't got the cojones. And neither do you. So, yeah, obviously this stuff is gonna be the more simple of the entire run. Going to Taurus, getting to the Capra Demon. I keep saying Capra. Like, I guess I'm just still stuck on that. Like, the fact that I was so so against getting to Capra, I guess it was just a big issue, but I don't know, my brain just is stuck on Capra for some stupid reason. Even though there's no need for him at all. Like, it's just the Asylum Demon, Stray Demon, Fire Sage Demon, like those three are the same. But Capra's dealt with. He as a boss he is dealt with. And if we could have got our plus, our weapon even strong. And hey, look at that, 6 Dino Chunks. And a black. Did we just get the Black Knight? Yeah, okay, we get the Black Knight Greatsword and the Black Knight Sword. But we didn't get the Halberd? That's hilarious. Be like, we get every other Black Knight weapon except for the Halberd from the get-go. That'd be hilarious. And we get it later. But here we go. Reds. So we got this one. Oh, look at all that poison damage you don't do. Because you can't. Alright. Thankfully, with the physical resistance that we have, we were able to take him on pretty easily without getting too much damage put on us. Obviously, rats were never a big issue from the get-go, but they have killed me in the past because, poison's a real thing. Okay. Longsword. Don't need that. Cool that we got it, but don't need it. I don't know if we can actually beat Dark Souls. I guarantee you could probably beat Dark Souls 1 with the longsword, but that would be a huge hassle. Okay. Fire. Just want to bring that to everybody's attention. That's a fire dragon. Just a Hellkite Drake, actually, not even a dragon. But no big deal. So we're going to rest at this bonfire. And we're going to kindle. And we're going to head to Havel. Go fight him. We have everything we need to fight Havel, so no real worries there. We have everything we need to fight the Taurus Demon. Obviously, really no big deal there. But Havel can still, I believe, one-shot us in some regards. I'm not 100% if he can, but I am going to take no risks. So, I'm just going to parry the living crap out of him and hope for the best. So let's run through. There we go. So we have this and this. I'm just going to use this. I'm kind of curious what this will do to Havel. Like, I actually don't know the damage resistance that he has to lightning. I actually have no idea. I've never used lightning on Havel before that I can think of. I want to use the bleed on him just because I know it's going to work, but I'm curious. Because we have the damage output. I just... curious. I probably shouldn't be so focused on curiosity when I'm doing a no-death run like this, but... Right now I'm just feeling confident, so gonna try to keep cool, collect, because if I get too cocky, I mean this is gonna end off as a dead run, and we don't want that. We've been doing really well today, so I want to keep focusing on that. So far so good on all this. Before I killed you, moving on. Go. Alright. Let's see what's up. To Havel we go. I'm all stressed out, just like I was with Inward, but I know Havel's more of a threat than anything else. But we were talking, and I was really happy with getting everything we needed from, for the first hour and a half of gameplay we had earlier today. It went really well. So, my focus right now is Of course. Hey, look at that damage. Really good. $330 was our damage output. Let's see what this does. Okay, lightning does way more damage to him than bleed does, but that's okay. Alright. Almost there. Just gotta be cautious with this right now. And he's done. I can't sit here and lie to you guys. That always gets my heart racing knowing that he's one of the stronger NPCs in the game. Just that Dragon Tooth has killed me more times than I can count on my low level runs. And some of you are probably like, oh, he's not even that hard for you. Like, you're parrying him, no problem. It's like, yes, I am. But you have to understand the many deaths I've taken to that one NPC, that one fight. Because Havel is just a monster. And, I mean, he is literally, he is no joke. He is not a slouch in any way, shape, or form. He is just a monster when it comes to fighting him. So if you're not prepared to fight him with parry or any type of elemental damage, he's just going to rock you. Obviously, you don't want to use magic. He's very weak to fire and electricity, it looks like. I know fire, he's weak to fire. That's what the armor is genuinely weak to. But anything else, I did not know that was electricity was going to help out tremendously. But hey, you live, you learn. So now we have Taurus, which, piece of cake. Okay. Will you bleed? There it is. Finally, he bled. Alright. Taurus and Havel are done. Now to Pinwheel. We'll be back for the other ones later, but I'm gonna pick up one thing, which is Solaire of Astora. Yep. Alright. Got our wife So, which we won't need, but hey, it is there. Next, we move back to Firelink, and we're going to head to the Catacombs. Honestly, oh yeah. Well, we're at Underberg. Actually, probably a good idea. It was a good thing that I kind of slowed down for a second that we did use the Homeward Bone, because I would have ran straight back to Firelink. I think we need to go get we're going to go get a Divine Weapon. And the way we're going to do that is the Moonlight Butterfly. So we ourselves cannot fight the Moonlight Butterfly, but I know someone who can. And since I have no actual way to hurt the butterfly besides fire bombs, I think we're going to allow a summon. So we're going to bring in a summon for this boss fight because we are such, at a disadvantage with range. It's going to be necessary we do this. Moonlight Butterfly should not be that difficult to fight, but since it is a magic-based enemy, we do have our disadvantage. But we do have an NPC that's going to be able to help us, a summon that will be a big help to this threat. But right now we just need to get to the Moonlight Butterfly. I'm half tempted just to continue to use the Lightning Spear. I'm not sure how it works on the treants, if that's going to do damage to them or not. Like, obviously damage, I'm just not how much damage, and is it going to be actually effective to them? Or is it going to be just gnawed down because they're trees? No clue. We'll find out. But we do have the smash weapon for this reason, and we're planning on making the club um, a Divine Club. Now, I could just go through the entire area and not have to worry about the actual divine weaponry. I could just go through and fight Pinwheel from the get-go. But there are a few risks with that involved, which I want to, bring up. Is fall damage first and foremost, and I'm trying to think what else would be a big hindrance for it. It's just the initial skeletons are just gonna be a pain in the rear, so those are bothersome to me. There's no way to get a divine weapon other than fighting the Moonlight Butterfly. You can, if you did the Sin's Fortress skip, you can go all the way to Anorlando and go get the Occult Club. The Occult Club is actually a dark weapon. It's great for killing gods. It's also a great poison. It's great for poison, but it's not something we are going to be using. But we are going to be using a Divine Club, which is right here. We're going to turn this into a Divine Club. And we only need to turn it into a +5 and then turn it into a Divine Club, which we get the green Titanite shards, which we have. So since we have everything we need, we're going to upgrade first and foremost our club. After we get our Morningstar upgrade, we don't have a slab, but that's okay. We're going to get our spear leveled up because it's just straight lightning damage, which is just incredible. And our club is going to get leveled up. So we have 2 of the 9. So we need, if I can count, we need 7. My brain had to. ADHD is so fun when you're actually sitting there trying to think of things on the spot. Had to add and subtract at the same time. But yeah, that's the start of it. Now we're going to get our weapon. We have a +14 Morningstar, which is our strongest weapon right now. So I'm not too worried about one of these guys. I do want to fight him, but he's just not. I'm just not going to. As much as I want to fight him, our main focus is not all the enemies. We're focusing on all the bosses. So there's only a few enemies that are going to be necessary to actually take on, which is like the Hydra down below. Okay, so we do 2 hits with Morningstar. Let's see what the Lightning Spear does. Red Moss Clump. Nice. Two hits, but this does a lot more damage. Red Moss Club, beautiful. Alright. So, just trying to stay back and stay calm because my brain is still like, everything can kill you. Don't do it. Just stay back and be patient. That's all my brain is doing right now, is just overthinking what can come next. Obviously, I'm not too concerned with everything, coming at us. We have such a better, so much. I'm just trying to think of the words right now, but we are in such a good spot right now that not much is going to really threaten us. But a lot of things in my mind are threatening because I'm just like, what if they do this, this, and this? It's like, calm down. But genuinely speaking, there is absolutely nothing that I can think of that's going to give us too much a hassle except for the Moonlight Butterfly itself because of the damage output it does have. That magic, the fact that it spits out sorcery at such a high velocity and power, it's not really that fast, but there's a few spells I have to worry about that it can cast. Obviously, it has a triple horn attack that's going to be a huge problem. It's like a soul spear, but its own version of soul spear, and it just rips right through my shield. And my shield doesn't have a lot of magic resistance to begin with, so that alone is a start that we have to worry about. Obviously, did it kill it? It killed it. Nice. Then there's the Treant. But the physical resistance we have, which is good, but the magic resistance, like if you look at this shield, its magic resistance is like 42, so we're going to be eating more than half the damage. Plus the stability might tear our shield apart. The reason that I'm worried about all that is just, what's coming next. So, we'll just keep moving forward as we can. There is the Knights set up there, but that's going to be way too heavy for us to wield. Did we just... I thought they were going to be way tougher. way more different than I was expecting. Any case, here we go. Our very first summon of the game. We're actually going through the bosses now, so it feels weird to actually get to this point. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything that'll help us in this boss fight. Anything at all, and just, I guess right now, our Grass Crest shield is probably our best bet. Just, we don't have any other shield. We didn't go to the Asylum. If we would have went to the Asylum, we would have had a better shield, we would have actually had the Crest shield. We could have gone down to the, there are so many shields we could have picked up right now. It doesn't make a difference. So, right now, our game plan is to fight this thing with what we got. Right now we have Beatrice, so I'm not worried about her. Obviously we can't do too much. This attack. Oh, really? Okay. That's actually not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I genuinely thought that was going to be way worse. Yep. Beatrice, get out of the way. Attack the butterfly. Yep. Okay, so we're not taking that much damage from this thing. I'm actually surprised. So now it's gonna go come down and heal its health. Why was I so afraid of this thing? Oh my goodness! I keep thinking these bosses are gonna be way more difficult. They're not. Like, my brain is on this mindset of everything's going to kill me, everything's going to do this much damage, everything's going to rip through this much health, and it's not. It's just it's just not. I don't know what I'm thinking. I've been gone away from Dark Souls for too long. Well, we got a Divine Ember. That's nice. Alright, let's go pick up the Knight set. I'm kind of curious. I know we can't. I'm going to say this right now. I know we cannot wield it. But it is my favorite set. And it would be a crying shame to do a no-death run without even having it in our inventory. Like I said, I don't plan on using it. Don't think I know I can't wield it. But, I want it, so I'm going to grab it. Especially since I know that it's only going to take a few... Oh yeah, we could actually keep those on. Since I actually know that it's not going to take much to take it from them. From these guys over here. Like, normally I was thinking this was going to kill us, but... No. Like, we genuinely have no issues to worry about. Besides just not being cocky. And, Tree ants, beware. I throw fire bombs. Obviously, the stone golems right here are going to be Yep, there's one of them. Oh my goodness, that's great. Okay, I can't see jack squat. Okay, yep, there's that. Okay. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're too slow. I keep thinking everything's gonna be way more tough, way too tough for me to handle, but it's like not. Alright. Yep, the weight is 4.5. It's 11. Yeah, look at just we're fat rolling just with the best piece of the Elite Knight set. Like, obviously this stuff has got a higher magic resistance. 18 magic resistance for that stuff. That's actually really impressive. Yeah, look at that. That explains why we weren't getting hurt so bad. Like, our resistance to it was actually really incredible. That's insane to know. I didn't know that. I learned something new today. Yet again, I keep learning stuff I don't really focus on. Like, I did not know that we have such a resistance to magic as a with this sorcerer stuff, like or pyromancer cloth. Like all the pyromancy stuff is genuinely not something I've ever upgraded. So the fact that it's upgraded, and I now know about it, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like I don't know, just really impressed. There's a tree here. 2, 3. All I'm thinking about is that old cartoon show about Paul Bunyan just chopping down a tree. Um, oh my goodness, my hobnail boots, double-sided axe. Yeah, my double-sided axe, my hobnail boots. It's all my brain's going through right now. So here comes the frog things. You guys ain't got nothing. These guys drop green blossoms, which are extremely useful for just quick time situations, like get your stamina increased really quickly without having the Calanthe ring or anything like that. So that's nice. Alright, boys and girls, now we're going to go level up our club to Divine Club, and then we're going to move towards the biggest thing. Pinwheel. Again, I really can't stress this. Like, I was stressed about all of that earlier, but now knowing we have such a very high resistance to all this stuff, we might be safe. We very well might be safe against Pinwheel, just like we were with Mage Light, the Moonlight Great Butterfly. We didn't need to do the summon at all, but I decided to get her for later because genuinely the Four Kings are not a real hassle, but you know, when you've got nothing but melee and you don't have the Havel's Great Shield, they can be kind of tricky. We will be getting the Crest Shield for that purpose and that purpose alone. The Crest Shield will be beneficial for that fight and obviously the Manus boss fight. Probably we'll be switching out the Grass Crest Shield for that for more magic-based fights, such obviously as Manus is a magic-based. We'll be fighting. What else is magic-based? That's really going to be the Crest Shield's main thing. If there's a fire boss we have to fight, which I know the Centipede Demon is going to be one of them, and the Fire Sage, we're definitely going to switch out to perhaps the Dragon Shield, but that's something else we need to go through. I am, however, going to just... Yep. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's... Yeah. Well, now he's mad. He's mad now. Do I have enough to do this? You're too far away. Hold tight. Okay, I've got more than enough range. Can you do it? Yep, 42 damage. Okay. We're just gonna leave him be. Just gonna leave him be. I'm not toying with him. No need to. I was just deciding if it was even worth fighting. He's not. I want to make that extremely clear. He is not worth it at all. Okay. So now we're going to reinforce this. We have more than enough, green Titanite shards, obviously. Now, mind you, this scales with faith. We aren't going to do a lot of damage with it, but it's going to keep the skeletons down. So, obviously, it's going to be a B in faith. We're not doing a lot of damage. I really can't stress that. We are going to be doing very little damage with this thing. And I'll show you that. We'll be doing fine, I would say, fine damage to some degree on the skeletons just to keep them down. But once we get to the Necromancer, it's just going to be killing the Necromancer. I want to run into the room like I normally do and just go kick the crap out of him, but since we don't have the damage output that I really want, it's going to take us a minute to really get to him. The necromancers, there's about 4 or 5 necromancers in the entire catacombs. There might be 6. But I'll show you the damage output on a normal hollow, like a backstab, because that's what we're going to use. So it's not terrible. It's definitely not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be great either. Obviously, it's like a plus 10 weapon from the get-go, so... again, yes and no. We'll see how far this actually takes us, because I have absolutely no clue what this is actually going to look like. Curious about something real quick, like... We're doing 18. Yeah, okay. So, it'd be kind of foolish to put that on right now. I was thinking about this next fight, because Pinwheel is a fire. I mean, he's fire and magic. This is... We're going to be okay. I just need to hope. Right now, we're just going to go through this, go fight Pinwheel, and hope for the best. So if you guys can't tell, I'm doing this run, like completely unaware of what's going to happen next. Like, y'all are seeing my reaction, everything in real time. I am playing this by memory. I am not doing this from a previous playthrough. What you guys have seen is what I've gone through. So every single thing that I'm doing right now is just hoping and praying for the best. Okay, so that's not terrible. 72 damage, 120. Obviously not terrible. But we did over 200 damage with just this. Okay. Alright. Now we do the club. So we're going to take this one by one. It'd be nice to have the ring. The Hornet ring. Hornet ring would have been great right about now, but not necessity. Not at the moment. So we're going to bring each skeleton my way, and we're going to take them down nice and steady. So the thing about the club and any one of these blunt weapons is it breaks them apart in one shot. I know that for a fact. So I wasn't worried about the skeletons being a huge hassle for us. I was just more worried about them ganging up on me and becoming a problem. Because honestly, I'm really surprised at this damage output. Okay, so I'm going to try to pick one up at a time. That skeleton right there. Yep. We're going to stay back here. We're going to pull him over yonder. Again, we're going to try to do this one at a time. And go from there. He's dead. And this one. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 more skeletons right here. So what I'm going to try to do is break them down before they have a chance to get me. Now this one's going to parry, so we're going to step back for a second. And he he jumped out of the way. He's like, I can't parry it. I'm going to move. So yeah, parrying they can't parry a jumping attack, which is stupid nice. So now we have this necromancer to deal with. And yeah, relatively easy there. Without all the skeletons running up past me, I don't have to, without having to run past the skeletons. That actually helps tremendously, because usually the skeletons are a real pain trying to get back out this doorway if you don't kill them. So this also stops me from having to snipe the necromancer over here. Like that one I usually snipe, but since I don't have anything to snipe it with, I have nothing to do with any kind of bow. I have no magics. I have no long range to get them. So it's just going slowly through with what I have. I'm going to try to pull one. Maybe. There we go. Okay. He turned around, so he sees me. I'm going to try to hit him with a firebomb just for the giggles of it, but I highly doubt that's going to work. Alright, here we go. Maybe. And Perfect. Perfect. Alright. So we have this skeleton. Now there's probably going to be like one more skeleton running around over here thinking they can get me. That's okay. Not too focused on all that. Focused on just getting one at a time. Now again, we could do this entire skip of the catacombs and just jolt down here. So we just fall down right to there, more or less. So, but I'm not going to do that. That entire jump is a pain in the rear to miss. Alright, so again, we're going to bring one out at a time. The archer behind us can't touch as long as we stay by the wall. Okay. There's these two skeletons right there, so we got to pull one out at a time. So again, we're going to... Yep, the archer's moved on, so we're going to grab our fire bombs and just pull one at a time. There we go. So he's aggroed. And here we go. Done. Obviously, I came too close to him. But, yeah, this is why we have the divine weapon. So we don't have to fight tooth and nail between the necromancer and one of his skeleton minions. The necromancer is actually doing what he should be doing, is letting his minions fight for him, so he doesn't have to actually worry about us. Problem is, these guys are weak, only because we have the divine weapon. We have a way to put it back to the ground. So there's an enemy in there, there's two up here, so we're just going to pull one of them at a time. Again, that's our main objective, is just trying to go nice and slow. This is making the game a lot more difficult for me, but that's what I've got to do. Okay. We're almost to the necromancer. Thankfully enough, the game is simple enough to not have to worry about so much. So, yep. Even while he's down, you can still hit him. It's the nice thing about the skeletons, they're not too broken. I mean, they're a mess to fight if you're not ready for them, but other than that. Alright, so we are going to pull one of these skeletons this way, which I'm hoping is going to be the other one. I want this one over here, but he's kind of just stuck. Okay, a lot of damage, but firebomb. It's kind of funny how firebomb's carrying us through this. Almost died there. Alright. The archer's going to give us no hassle at all. Okay. That's done with. Now we've got those skeletons over there and that necromancer right there. So my goal is to... Yep, we can definitely hit him from there. I missed. I think it's kind of funny. Yep, he pushed the necromancer off. He pushed the necromancer off. Oh, that's awesome. That is downright awesome. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. That means these guys are easily killable. Like, there's Like they can die by the floating heads now. Oh, that's awesome. That is just awesome. I did not expect the Necromancer to go down. That's what's funny to me, is knowing the Necromancer fell with him is priceless to me. Are you gonna blow up? There we go. Bye. That's great. Mascot mother. Alright. So we've got this skeleton right here. Bye bye. I'll have to deal with you later probably. So this drop right here and this drop right here. Very important we do that because that makes the bridge turn. Why are you going over there? Come back here and fight me like a man. Like the undead you are. I am actually kind of curious. It's 14. Okay. I figured I couldn't get that lucky, but man was I hoping. Fireball. Okay, we're out of firebombs. That's alright. Now the skeletons think they can play. Your master died. You got nothing. See you later, bye. Now Vamos is down that way, but we don't need to go to Vamos. I don't think there's a single reason to go to him. We don't need any form of fire, chaos, anything I can think of. Maybe we'll come back for him, but I don't see that blacksmith being an actual necessity because we're not using chaos. Obviously, chaos works off humanity rather than anything else, but even then, I don't see a reason to go after it. Again, I have absolutely no idea. Yep, he's going to release the bridge. We're going to talk to him real quickly. Trinkets, watch your step, obviously. He's going to pull this on us. So the reason I went down there first was because I'm not going to try to run across. I'm going to fix this point now. So in case we do have to come back here, because this is what he does. Yep. Rotates the bridge again, so we can't come back. So we don't want to deal with patches. I mean, don't get me wrong, we need him for later on. We don't want to, obviously, we want to say no to his first question because we need patches for if we don't get the right mask. Like if you don't get the right mask that you actually want, let's say for instance I want Mask of the Mother, which is exactly what I want, but Pinwheel drops Mask of the Child or Mask of the Father. Both in their right are perfectly fine, but if what I'm wanting is health. So next we want to say yes. Yeah, say yes. And he gives us a trinket, and we're all good. From there, you just push this lever, even if he's in the way, just push the lever back, and we're all set. By the way, he is wearing a thief set, by the way, just want to put that out there. But Patches is actually is in every single Dark Souls game, from Demon Souls to I think he's in actually, from Demon Souls, he's all the way up to Elden Ring. Like, he does make an appearance in, I know from Demon Souls up, he makes an appearance. So from Demon Souls to Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring, obviously, I know he makes an appearance. I'm just trying to think of where he makes an appearance in Dark Souls 2 right now. Obviously, Dark Souls 3, like the first time you see him is when he's an Onion Knight. I'm trying to think of other times, though. No idea. Gotta be aware of those floating heads because those things they'll do some damage to us. Alright. Catacombs is opened to us fully. So I'm going to now get these guys blown up. Like if these guys blow up on us any other time than when we're ready, they're gonna be a huge hassle for us and they'll kill us. Alright. We're human. Let's head down. Paladin Leroy. Leroy Jenkins. If you don't know that, you're too young. Time for you all to learn. Everybody knows about Leroy. Okay, so from here, these skeletons are going to be our issue. Bone wheel skeletons, that's why we went nice and slow. Alright, we're going to let Leroy deal with those. Because Leroy has the most power than I do. We're going to come in here. And we're going to wait for Leroy. All he's done is become a huge distraction for us. Definitely going to use the Morningstar on the pinwheel. Let's do this. I don't care. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Fall damage is gone. Just to deal with this fool. So the fake one's gone. Now we gotta wait for the real one to come back. There he is. Two, three, four. Okay. Heal up, because this is gonna be a huge hassle. Yep, he's gonna summon in all these guys. Okay, well, we didn't need you anyways, Leroy. Appreciate your help, though. And we got the Masked Child. So we have magic defense. This has a lightning defense. It's very weak on everything else. But we do have the stamina recovery, so that's nice. Well, I thought that would be a different fight. As everything else, I keep overestimating my opponents. Or underestimating them. It feels like when I overestimate them, they're easier than when I underestimate them. Like the Dark Race, I was underestimating them, and they killed me last time. Overestimating them, and they just die. Too easily. I've been playing way too much modded Dark Souls. Like, I know Pinwheel's supposed to be a joke of a boss, like lore, like genuinely, like all the bosses to fight, like I know he's a joke, but even still, it's like my brain was thinking it was gonna be way worse. I don't have an idea what is going on in my head. All right, we don't need to come back down here for right now. Let's head out. Well, you know what? Let's go fight the gargoyles. Pinwheel, Taurus, done. Havel, done. Let's go fight those gargoyles. And then we'll end it off with that. And then we'll move on to fighting the yeah. I'm already thinking endgame bosses. That's funny to me. Now we're going to move on to Quelaag after this. Just not in this video. But yeah, honestly, I'm really excited and really impressed with how this stuff is going down. Like, it's actually not terrible. We're moving far better than I usually am in any of the Souls games or like any of our previous runs. We are doing really well. I'm thoroughly impressed with how everything's going. I'm just I'm just hoping that we don't die to something very foolish. You know, obviously foreshadowing is what it is. But yeah, Alright. We'll use Solaire for this fight. Sure. We'll use Solaire for this fight. I'm debating if to use him or not, but why not? Let's do this. We're handicapping ourselves to the point of no return, so, you know, why not have Solaire for this fight? Oh, it showed a health bar. It literally showed a half a health bar on that. Alright. Come on. There we go. Let's get your tail. My whole job right now is I want that tail. I didn't want the tail to hit me. I want the tail broken off. Do you understand me? You. He knows I want it. I'm not going to use this anytime soon. I just wanted it. We got the gargoyle tail axe and the halberd. Wait, seriously? Did we get both weapons from the get-go? We got both. And the gargoyle helm. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright. Let's ring the first bell. Alright, that's... so many bosses, so many dealt with. I'm kind of wondering if the Stadium is going to be as big a threat as I think it is. Like, I know it's a big... I know it's going to be a huge problem. But I'm curious if it's genuinely going to be a threat to us or not. Like, I think it's going to be a major threat, but I don't know. Like, we're pretty stacked in all our stuff. We're pretty decent in everything. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Interesting. Let's talk to this guy for a minute. Let's see. I was going to say, I didn't think there's anything you can give us. You can give us a few more bones. We can definitely... We'll take about 10 of those. Yep, not a problem. Look at that beautiful sun. Just dealt with. Yeah, I was kind of excited to play this game, and now I'm kind of just disappointed in some of the boss fights so far. Like, it's been... I just do too much damage in some areas. I get that, but even then, it's like... I didn't think I'd be doing this much damage. It is what it is. Trying to figure out how long I've been running this for. It's okay. We'll stop the video once we get to Firelink and rest. Because now we can actually get our Estus Flask to plus 20. Because we did do the rite of kindling. So now we can kindle the bonfires up to get us Estus Flask plus 20. Or plus 20, get 20 Estus Flasks and a plus 2. So, yeah. But yeah, that's that. I guess that's... Early game is pretty much almost done. Now we're going to go to mid-game. Fighting the Hydra is part of, late game stuff. Because we need to get to the DLC. And you have to fight the Hydra, and this is the order you have to get the DLC. You have to fight the Hydra. You have to go fight the Golem that's hiding that Princess Dusk. You have to kill the guy in Golem without hurting Princess Dusk. Go talk to Princess Dusk, and then get all her dialogue spent. Spend all your souls on all her inventory, and then once you've exhausted her dialogue, bought everything in her shop, you leave. Go kill a Crystal Golem in the Duke's Archives, and then you get a broken pendant. Once you get the broken pendant, go back to where you fought that gold golem, and you'll get the DLC opened up where Manus' hand will grab a hold of you and bring you back. But yeah, that's pretty much that for the DLC. Get to the DLC, but like the DLC is going to be the problem. Like that's where I feel like we're going to have the most struggles. Obviously, everything else is just going to be patience. I mean, we have done everything so far to this point, we've just kind of been ripping through everything, been doing really well, getting our stuff what we need. Like we have our Divine Club, we have our Morning Star to plus 14, we have a Lightning Spear to plus 2. Uh, I don't think we're getting any more Titanite chunks for now, but yeah, we are actually pretty good. Now we just need to move on to Blighttown. Go back down there and go fight Qualag. And I want to check out the durability on this thing. It's like 175 to 180, so we're good. I was really hoping this thing would be less, but this was my best weapon in the original Prepare to Die edition before they changed everything. The Partisan I didn't think we could use, but again, there's not much we can't use, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Like, obviously, everything we have. So that's 32. That's actually 20. That's hilarious. But yeah, 18 dexterity on everything. I saw someone using the broken straight sword before, like actually using this as a weapon. That'd be terrible. But yeah, guys, that's that for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See you, bye.